Today we're in Montreal, and we're in one of the most prestigious neighborhoods of the city. It's called Old Montreal, or also known as Old Port. Old Montreal is home to the historical sites dating back to the 17th century, markets, restaurants, and there are many things to see and do in this cobblestone quarter.
So we didn't actually tell you why we're here in Montreal. We live in Ottawa. Montreal is about 2 hours away. So we drove here because we're catching a flight in a few days. We're going to Central America. And so I guess the point right now is just to check out as many things as we can in the old Montreal, and everything seems to be really kind of contained in the same areas. So we're just warming up here at the Crew Collective Cafe, which is in a heritage building. And it's like, look at the ceiling here. It's pretty incredible, all the detail work and everything. And I think the coffee shop is just up here. It's also like a collective working space, I think. Exit only. What do you think? It looks pretty cool, eh? Like, look at the ceiling.
So we just walked over to Rue St Paul from the Collective Crew Cafe. Rue St Paul runs along the water. It's like one of the historic parts of Old Port, full of lots of cool cafes, restaurants, shops. It's pretty busy though, place to walk, but it's actually really worth it to come and check out.
So this street used to be cobblestone. There's actually quite a few cobblestone streets around here, but apparently they paved this Rue St Paul in 1672. So now it's just like a normal paved road, but it's full of like restaurants, coffee shops. Like there's like bars with patios. We're just a bit too early in the season. Do you want to go in?
Yeah, this is a place to be, or it's a great place especially for coffee and
you see this lampshade? It's funky.
oh, nice, some treats and stuff. Oh, and a place for lunch.
Yeah. So in Quebec, a dep or a dépanneur is like a cornerstone. So that's what like the French say. Like it's just like going to the dep.
And you can buy alcohol here.
Yes, yes.
So the Old Port draws in 6 million people a year apparently for tourism. It really has that European feel, but it is downtown Montreal, but it's not a busy spot of traffic and high-end shops. It's more of like the architecture, the buildings, everything's a lot different than more on St. Catherine Street, which is the main street of Montreal.
Just along the water here, there's this new attraction for families. There's these two big pirate boats and an aerial obstacle course, and there's even some zip lining. And even though it's absolutely freezing out today, people are out and about.
So one of the newest attractions in the Old Port is the 60-meter Ferris wheel, which is the biggest Ferris wheel in Canada. Temperature controlled. I guess those are, I don't know what you'd call those.
The cabins are
yes.
open year long, apparently, temperature controlled.
So you can get in, stay nice and warm. I believe it's a little pricey though. It's not your typical Carney
I feel
Ferris
like
wheel, but this is a high-end one.
I think it's $22 per person. And here in the summer, this is filled up with water, and then you have like paddle boats and little swan boats that you can paddle around. There's no way I'm getting in that thing. Did you say it was the tallest one in Canada, Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not into heights that much anymore.
We just made it to Claude Cormier, the man-made beach here in the Old Port. It's obviously closed right now, but it's open in the summer. So it's kind of random. You can't actually swim here, but you can chill at the beach.
I bet you have to pay to use this
For
beach.
sure.
Yeah.
And the other highlight is the clock tower at the end of the pier here.
Yeah. So it's absolutely freezing here. Like a few weeks ago, Ryan was wearing shorts. Like if you're coming to visit Montreal or this part of Canada, maybe come in the summer because we have two seasons, freezing cold and like crazy hot. I, for one, prefer hot than cold.
So we've seen a bunch of people just like sitting and enjoying along the water. There's like this ripping wind that's like going through our clothes. I'm just trying to figure out if it's like...
How's that? Is that enjoyable?
Enjoyable.
Are you enjoying the April weather here in Montreal? Like we saw these people are sitting there with their freezing cold beer.
Yeah.
Like
holding each other.
holding each other, looking at the water, and we're just like dying. We're super cold.
Yeah.
And I saw people too, they're having ice cream. Like it's not ice cream.
I can handle
weather.
an ice cream, but yeah, it is.
No, we're going for coffee and tea and
to warm up. It is
warm
crisp
up.
out though.
Yeah, do not come in April. Too cold. Tommy, so it's one of the top cafes, I think, in the area. Now everything that we've done is super close together. And now we're going to warm up. So we got our tea and cookie and a snack. We're warming up, and this place is very nice. The ceiling is all like shiplap. There's a bunch of plants hanging, good music. It's a good vibe.
Chocolate chip cookies were great. So we're still in the Old Port, and we popped into the World Trade Center in order to warm up because it was freezing. And then we randomly just came across a huge chunk of the Berlin Wall.
And apparently there is a Greek pool. Not sure what that entails. Super random. I didn't actually think this was true, but we found the Greek pool. This thing is legit.
I think it is actually cooler as this thing.
It looks like an infinity pool. Oh, it's like a layer of water.
Yeah. And it feels like we're outside,
It really does.
but not the case at all.
That just about wraps up our 24 hours in Montreal. We're going to get some food here at Lov, and then tomorrow morning we're catching a flight. We're going to Central America. That's beautiful.